We came over to our other box of tricks and we found another 3/4 inch galvanized coupling, which is what we want in our tray of fittings. And we'll go use that. Okay, moving forward to our next step here. We found all of our pieces we need. I'm going to give you, we're done with the PVC. We're going to go all galvanized from here up, where it's going to be exposed to the weather and directly. We don't have to, here where I live, galvanized in the desert, it's not going to freeze and pop open like PVC will, and it's not going to sun rot. So we run everything that's exposed galvanized. Now let me give you a little word of advice. Always take your cans that you've used and seal them up. I can't do this with one hand, but always take your cans and seal them up. I can't do this with one hand, but let's see here if we can't prop the phone up maybe between our legs or something. Someday I'll be a big boy YouTuber and I'll have all the proper tools. Just enough to give it a good seal. Otherwise, you get purple everywhere. Look at my bucket. Even when you think they're sealed, they're not. Purple goes everywhere. That's why I keep it in a container, so that purple doesn't go places you don't want it. Okay. And just a little bit of a seal, not so much that you can't open it again next time. There's the rain or shine. Alright, I think we're going to have everything that we use. And we keep it all in a container that can take spillage, just in case, even though we try to always seal it. Gone from one job to another thing, oh, I don't need to do that, I don't need to seal that. I always seal it. You get leaks. But just in case, keep it in something. Otherwise, you end up with primer and glue all over the inside of your truck or whatever. Then you're driving around in a truck that smells like plumbing. Like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing because I'm high on plumbing glue. Alright. We're going to assemble our assembly outside of the hole and just leave that one connection for very last, so we have less chance of breaking something down there. We're not going to build from the bottom up, we're going to build from the top down and hook it to our foundation last. Alright, and I'm not sophisticated enough, I can't do this without dropping. I'm just going to show you. This is what I'm going to use. Pipe thread sealant. I'm not going to use Teflon. Multi-purpose, low dry, soft set for plastic and metal pipe. I like this stuff, the yellow stuff. That's what I generally use. It works good for me. So we're going to assemble all these joints using that, and we're going to put it all together and show you some things hopefully along the way. First, we're going to tighten up here to here. Oh, you don't have a pair of Knipex wrench pliers? Oh man, you need some. It's way better than a crescent wrench. Way better grip. Alright, we're going to assemble all these. Okay, so I assembled it all out of the trench, put it all together, and put it into the connection there. I've wiped off the extra glue and all the fittings except for this bottom one. I'll get that in a minute. But I want to show you guys, well, these fittings, I use my pipe wrench and my pump pliers with the anyway, I use my pump pliers. That got me tight enough with those. I went as tight as I could get it. Basically, how tight's too tight? With the iron pipe, you're not going to crack it by hand. You could crack it if you really wanted to. But it's just using these. You'll get it plenty tight enough. You're relying somewhat on the putty, and the machining of the threads is quite perfect, so you get some mesh in there as you get tighter and creates a bond. And this bottom one into the plastic, though, I didn't even use any tools. I just grabbed the spigot up here on top and got this as tight as I could by hand, and use this as a little bit more leverage just to get it tight, because that plastic, it will crack. That is your weak spot on this thing. So in order to remedy that, I am going to go get a T-post, and I'm going to drive it in right next to this pipe where I'm tapping my foot, and then I'll strap the T-post to the pipe, and we'll have a plenty for a strong spout. So let's go do it. Okay, again, we left that impromptu T we installed. We left that piece long enough so that I can tie into it later if I want to run something off of it for the garden I'm going to put in here if I ever get this house bought. If I ever become a rich man. It's a dream house. Yep. Alright. Let me show you guys a trick. Now, they make a product called galvanizing spray, which would be the correct thing. Not all stores carry it, I found. I guess too few people know what it's for. But right where your threads are going into your fittings on this galvanized pipe, when they run the dye over that leaves those a little bit exposed from the galvanizing. So there's an opportunity for rust to start growing at that juncture. Following me? I've run out of ragness. Use your shirt, that's what it's for. Thanks for the input. Alright, so I don't have that, so I'm just going to use this happens to be Fix-All spray enamel, but I guess paint is all it is. Rust inhibitor, like a Rust Stop or a Rust-Oleum. I'm not really worried about it being pretty, guys. I want a thick coat, especially I want it to puddle on the top of that joint. I want thick paint. It's about as thick as I can get it. I don't care if it runs. No one's going to see it. It's going to be buried in dirt. Okay, same thing up here. This one will be exposed, but barely. Nice thick coating of paint. Up here where it's not buried in dirt, it's gonna form rust slower, but it will still get condensation up here. Well, we're just gonna go black with it, huh? If you're the sort of person that cares about pristine lawn ornaments, I guess you should have put a piece of tape over your faucet to keep it from getting coated by this paint before you start painting. Can't believe you just painted over it like that. Such a unsophisticated job. Oh man. We just added half a second to this thing's life by this sheer coating here. Sheer, buddy. Sheer, my dear. Oh yeah. This way you can multicolor your spigots. You could have them every color all throughout your yard. People would be like, hey, I like the white one. Hey, I like the pink one. You're like, yeah, that's a special touch, but low-class people don't really do it. And then like everybody in your neighborhood's gonna have painted spigots. Be the trend center, guys. Be the trend setter. Alright, thank you. And he paint all up the pipe. We just did it so it all match. Uniformity. Okay. We're gonna go put in the pole now. And the next one will be whatever color of paint that I have in the back of my truck at the time. Randomly. Or just kind of sit that in. We were able to push it that far by hand. This is good soil. Sandy soil. Can you see it? Bad cameraman. Gotta fire that guy. Oh, perfect. Perfect, guys. That's right where I want it. What do you think? Oh, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Oh, I think you're thinking what I'm thinking. This T-post is gonna strengthen up this spigot pretty good once it's all tied to it. I didn't bring anything to tie it to it right now, but we'll come back once everything's set up. We'll do a tying. Find some good strap, metal strap, and we'll hook it up. Now, I knew as I put in that T-post that you were thinking, and the same thing I was thinking. Zach, you just can't leave it like that. You just can't put in a T-post it's not the same color as your spigot next to it. What kind of unsophisticated homesteader guy, are you? Oh, I just didn't want the ridicule in the comments, so you know what? I'll just give in to the peer pressure. Just give in to the peer pressure, guys. See what you made me do? A bunch of bullies. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Now it all matches. Whew. Dang. We're good at what we do, aren't we? You're happy. I'm happy. Alright, we showed you how to fix a spigot. It's galvanized all the way up here. It won't break off easy. It won't sun rot. It won't freeze in the temperatures we get out here in the desert. It should last us for many years. And we've painted around the couplers so that we didn't get rust back there. And we went ahead and we just kept on painting since we had paint anyway. Alright. Well, that's it for the video. I will tie the T-post to the spigot, but I'm probably not going to include that. I'll let you guys use your imagination. Maybe we can find something to, offset the colors or something, accent it. I don't know. We'll find something to strap that to that, whatever we got at the house. Probably some sort of baling wire, because that's the way we roll in the country. Baling wire. It's one of the things you need out here. So we'll tie it up real well, and we'll assume you guys can do that on your own. That's it for the spigot fix video, and we'll let you go.